Hi friends, welcome to new video. On a day of high political drama, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy failed repeatedly in his bid to be elected Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. The House adjourned on Tuesday night without a speaker, the first time since 1923 that they failed to elect a leader after the first round of voting. The start of a new Congress was seen as a victory lap for the Republican Party as it took control of the lower house after the November elections. Instead, Mr. McCarthy faced a rebellion from within his own ranks and made history for all the wrong reasons. The California congressman has lost 3 consecutive votes for Speaker so far, and it's unclear what his path to victory might be when the House returns to try again on Wednesday. They will continue to vote until someone gets a majority, and even if Mr. McCarthy gets his way, analysts warn, the turmoil on the House floor foreshadows 2 years of tumult between moderate and right-wing Republicans fighting each other. Is at war with. If the Republican Party fails to effectively run the lower house of Congress, it could hinder the House's ability to perform some of its most basic functions, such as passing spending bills or raising the debt ceiling. My name is Ahmed and you are watching 72 Info TV. So before discussing this news, please subscribe our channel for more info videos. Republicans narrowly won control of the House in November, leaving Mr. McCarthy with only a handful of votes left in his bid to become Speaker. This allowed a group of hardline conservatives to come together to oppose his nomination. According to Republican observers, the rift was a long time coming. Some text goes here: Kevin McCarthy hasn't made friends with certain sections of the caucus for a while. He's made a lot of enemies, said one Republican lobbyist, who spoke candidly about Tuesday's vote. Requested anonymity to do so. There are people who don't like it for political reasons, for personal reasons. If not McCarthy for U.S. House Speaker, who else? Mr. McCarthy has negotiated with his opponents, who see him as too mainstream and power-hungry, to offer concessions to try to win their vote. At one point, he reportedly agreed to change the House's rules to make it easier to oust a sitting speaker, handing his opponents a formidable check on their powers. The fact that he was communicating with Republicans at all made him look disappointingly weak, the Republican lobbyist said. The futility of that approach became clear on Tuesday. In 3 consecutive votes, Mr. McCarthy failed to reach the required 218 vote threshold. Although the Republicans held 222 seats, a bloc of 19 hard-right Republicans had solidified in their opposition. He opposes Mr. McCarthy on ideological and personal grounds, but also sees an opportunity to exploit the narrow Republican majority to extract more concessions from him. Representative Bob Good, Republican of Virginia, told reporters Tuesday that he would never back down. Even after the drama ended on the floor, punches were being thrown. One of the insurgents, Matt Gaetz, shot a Republican colleague who had dubbed the right-wing faction Taliban 20. Some text goes here: well, as painful and wrong as it is, I'm ready for a long battle that I will ultimately win, Mr. Gaetz said on Twitter. In one of the most dramatic moments of the day, he also nominated Representative Jim Jordan to challenge him, moments after Mr. Jordan himself nominated Mr. McCarthy for Speaker. Even after Mr. Jordan, a leading figure in the hard-right Freedom Caucus, encouraged Republicans to rally around Mr. McCarthy in the third round of voting, 20 Republicans voted for Mr. Jordan, and again denied Mr. McCarthy's victory. Meanwhile, Democrats remained united behind their party's new leader, Representative Hakeem Jeffries of New York. Some couldn't help publicly teasing their Republican counterparts about their party's difficult afternoon. An Arizona congressman, Ruben Gallego, tweeted that Democrats were popping the popcorn and included a photo of the breakfast as proof. Political observers in Washington have tossed around different theories about how it could all play out. His predictions for the BBC ranged from doable, Mr. McCarthy won, but seriously weakened and walked away, becomes entirely possible, he leans in and backs up his second-in-command, Rep. Steve Scalise of Louisiana. One proposal falls on fantasy, 5 Republicans decide to vote for Mr. Jeffries, 1 Democrat, and give him control of the House. As it stands, Mr. McCarthy is essentially a hostage to one side of his party, said Ruth Bloch Rubin, a political scientist at the University of Chicago who studies partisanship. Mr. McCarthy has promised no more concessions, but may have no choice. He may try to win over recalcitrant lawmakers with bare committee assignments or new leadership roles. Some text goes here: he's got to give the people who are against him something to hang their hat on, said Aaron Cutler, a lobbyist who once worked for former Congressman Eric Cantor, another politician known to conservatives. The opposition was ousted. However, other Republican lobbyists believed there was no way to victory, at all, period. Members will meet again for a 4th time on Wednesday, although it is unclear whether the deadlock will be broken. We haven't heard anything new from McCarthy, Representative Lauren Boebert of Colorado told reporters. We haven't heard anything new from McCarthy. Some text goes here: thanks for watching our